even before then. In 6th grade, my parents taught me creationism. They taught me that God made me. And I knew it. It was very firmly embedded in me. My grandmother taught it. I don't know if you guys remember my grandma Joyce used to get up and do the little Sunday school program before we went to Sunday school. And she drove me nuts with some of the songs she would sing. But I hated Climb, Climb Up Sunshine Mountain. I hated that song. I don't know why. It was weird. I guess I didn't understand the song. But I loved all the other ones she did. And we grew up on all these little songs. And she taught sign language to some of them. So she birthed something in me from that. But one of the things she birthed in me was truth. And she taught us that we were created by God. We didn't come from monkeys. So in 6th grade, my 6th grade teacher in the public schools in Boyne City was not only, I guess you could call him an atheist, but he really wasn't an atheist. He was a Buddhist. He had a Buddhist statue in the classroom. He was a full-blown Buddhist. I'm not going to say his name. And so he was my 6th grade teacher, and I'm going to school, and me and him got in massive arguments because he was really into evolution. And he was really into past lives and reincarnation, and he really blurred all of that together. And I got in some massive arguments. And let me tell you, I was a straight A student. I was on the honor roll, so I was not failing school. But I argued with him. Because I was like, no. Not happening. So that really began where I got very passionate about knowing that can take you off course with everything. So when Ben was very little and he got his hearing and we started to see, and I'd already started teaching this with Marlena too, and I started to see their passion, especially his passion for science. That was the first thing I started to jump into is, son, listen, you're going to run into this because I know you love this, but you're going to run into a huge problem. Because we have a world that has adopted a philosophy that is completely false with no evidence whatsoever. And it is simply to actually take our world off course. Now let me tell you something. We thought for years the church was safe. It's not. It's in our music, which means we're singing it. It's in some of our stuff. You have to be careful what you're listening to. Even if it's labeled Christian. You better know who you're listening to and what they believe. I listened to a prominent minister get up and speak and say that Allah and Jehovah are the same person. And if I mention names, you'd be shocked. You guys, be careful. You better know who God is and you better know His Word.
Yeah,
and not just listen and take it all in.
That's right.
And not question some things. Why is evolution important? Because this is what I discovered. Since we started the school program, Ben, since we started the school program, we went back through. Now, we've done Ken Hovind. I'm pointing at him because he's with me on this. We've done the Ken Hovind thing. Okay? Kent Hovind, you can look him up on YouTube. He's got great seminars. He's got a 7-point seminar on there that we're working with the teens that are coming and doing the schooling. So we started to go back through it. Now, Ben was little when I first did the seminar a little bit with him. He's getting it more now and understanding it better. But one of the things that we were just discussing this a couple weeks ago that we started to find, everything we're seeing right now on the streets, socialism, Marxism, Nazism, all of it that's being crammed into our kids' minds, and it exploded literally on the street this year. And it has exploded in our politics and in our nation. And you thought, where did this come from? The birth seed is evolution. And the more I've studied into this and looked into this, I am floored. It didn't just stay in the school systems, you guys. It has come into the church. And that's my job, to say no. And God began to show me, Jess, I want you to stand up and say it, because the church needs to hear this. It came into the church. And people started believing, well, God created it, but He created the Big Bang. Listen, you cannot mix the two. You cannot mix those theories. Because God did not use a Big Bang. He spoke and it happened. And He did it on purpose. It wasn't an accident. You are not an accident. Why is that important? Because if you believe you're an accident, that you will live your life with no purpose. If you believe that you're an accident, you will go around and sleep around with people like you're an animal and have no self-control. And you will get yourself in so much trouble sexually because you don't believe you have a purpose or an identity, but you do.
Come on.
You have a maker who created you. Why is it important that our little ones know that God created them? Because they are not an animal. They are God-breathed.
There you are.
Why is that important? Because the reason why we have killed 60 million babies is because we didn't believe that they came directly from God at the moment of conception. God breathed. That's why. When evolution got taught in our schools, it came to destroy. And the church stayed silent.
That's right. Ooh, that's good. That's good.
How dare we? If there's anything that we have to repent about, it's that one. Because that was the opening gate. We've thought abortion was the opening gate. No, evolution was the opening gate.
That's right.
It was the absolute seed planted. And the church didn't stand. We let our kids get taught it in schools. Where was the pastors going to school going, why are you teaching this? This is false. Why were the parents standing up and saying, don't you dare teach this to my kids? Why did we allow it?